right, welcome back into another episode of Indiebnb. Today I'm joined by Kelley and Mina from Daisy the Great. Ladies, how we
Hi.
doing?
Hey,
Good,
what's
thank
up?
you.
Awesome, awesome. Well, glad we could get you guys together on the show here, and want to start out like, is this a friendship that was born out of the tunes, or where did you guys meet? Where did this whole thing start?
We
I would
met
say,
in, yeah, go ahead, please.
I would say that like the friendship was not necessarily born out of the tunes, but it kind of also was. I feel like we were friends from college, and like we didn't like know each other super well, and we like started to get to know each other like through other friends and other friendships. But I think that like our friendship really became close, and like we became best friends through making music together, because I think we just both like saw each other like separately writing music and stuff, and like being musically inclined, and we were in acting school, and we just kind of like partnered up and started like making stuff together. And I think that that's when we really like started to really know each other in like a real way. I think that's also partially why like we've been able to be a band for so long, is like the friendship is so rooted in the music, and like has evolved past the music obviously. But I think that we're not like the band is ruining our friendship, because the band kind of created
Right.
it in a
Yeah,
way.
I love it. Kelley, what about you?
I totally agree. I was gonna say, we met in acting school and like we knew each other through friends initially because our school was separated. You were separated into different groups, and so we weren't in the same group for the first 2 years, but we knew each other through other people. And we would be at the same parties and stuff. And like we would hang out outside of school a little bit, but like not really on our own. It was
Mhm.
usually like in a group. And then we started hanging out alone in order to write together. And we started off by writing a musical that was about a band that was really funny. And so a lot of it was just based on like we found similar things funny, and we were creative in a similar way, and we kind of just like wanted to hang out all the time because of that. Around that time it was really sweet, and then the band grew.
I feel like all of my closest friends from college, like usually we'd be making something together. Like that was like how I would get close to people a lot of the time, would be that like we were like making music or like some type of performance art or something. Like I'd always want to be making stuff, and I really feel like that's such a cool way to get to know somebody.
Yeah, certainly. I think, a musical seems, ambitious. I mean, when are we getting that? When are we getting the full Broadway? Like, is it going to be on
We'll
Broadway
see.
soon? What's going on there?
The
The musical?
musical is really good. It was written a really long time ago, and I think we grew up doing theater, and I honestly think at the time that felt easier to
Hmm.
think about. And then when we were talking about the music for the indie band that the musical was about, we started showing each other music that we'd been writing on our own, and then the band was born from that. So um, yeah, we'll see if it gets to Broadway. If it gets to Broadway, it's because it walked out of our locked Google Drive and walked onto Broadway itself.
Yeah.
I feel like we would not try to put that on Broadway.
Oh, with
But
AI
maybe
these
something
days,
else. Maybe we'll put
it
something
could
else on
happen.
Broadway.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
AI did break loose, so
right.
maybe
We'll see
she'll
what
dig
happens.
into the Google Drive.
I love it. I love it. Well, we get into you guys have some breakout success with Record Machine, and I mean, obviously, some people have what's the relationship currently with the song for you guys, right? Like, some people after a certain period, they're like, hey, this took us a lot of places, but we're more than this. Like, where are you guys at on it? Like, is it still, do you have a love hate, or is it a love?
I think so. This song is the record player song. Is our first
Yeah.
song that we ever released,
Yeah.
and we put it out not really having a huge expectation of what would happen when we put it out. We mostly released it because it felt really exciting. We wanted to release music. It felt like a song we were really excited about, and it felt like the right thing for our first single. And then since then, it's like had this giant life, and I feel like we have done a pretty good job of letting ourselves let it we've let the song shift as we've gotten older, and for like the way that we perform it, the way that we interpret it, the way that it feels like, you know, where it needs to go in the set. Like we're generally really flexible with that type of thing, and we're really grateful for all the people that have found us through that song. Really feels like yeah, I feel like I always say, like, I feel like I have, like, a famous daughter. Like, I'm always going, like, that's actually my band. Like, you may know that song. It's actually my song. Yeah.
We always say we're Nepo mommies.
Yeah, I'm, like, trying hard to get Nepoed by my baby's song.
Yeah. But it's kind of nice that it exists, like, on its own outside of the band, too. Because, like, it did get super popular, like, multiple times and, like, go viral. And, like, for better or for worse, like, the band didn't get super, like, I feel like the song has, like, a life of its own where it's, like, not directly connected to the band all the time, which I think allowed us a lot of space to, like, keep growing as writers and, like, performers, and our, like, fan base has been, like, slowly growing, but it definitely wasn't, like, the song got huge, the band got huge, everybody knew who we were, and then, like, everything was, like, I still feel like even with the song, like, growing on its own, we've still kind of been, like, steadily growing as an indie band.
Yeah.
And the song is, I feel like it's about to be 10 years since the song was released. And we still, I think that I'm really happy that that's a song that, like, kind of, like, took off, because it's such a strange song. And the, like, first recording of it that came out is, like the first thing we made, and it's very, like, strange. And I think that, like, it's like the song structure is strange, and, like, it feels cool that, like, something, like, I think that it would feel different if, like, the song was something that, like, didn't feel like us, you know, but it feels like it, like, and every recording of it, like, is different. But, like, I think we like performing, like, I think that whenever we perform it, I'm never like, this is a bad song that, like, doesn't like make sense anymore. I think it's I mean, Kelley wrote it, so I can say that it feels pretty timeless to me. And and it feels good to perform, and we're, like, kind of playing with some idea of, like, making a 10-year later like version of it or something.
Yeah. I definitely think it feels good to play at any age so far. Like, I think I just interpret it differently, and I, like, imagine, because, like, we put the song out also after I already had written it and sat on it for a few years. Like, it was, like, really kind of, like, in my computer. Like, I was like, oh, I love this, and I just don't know what to do, and I'm, like, busy with stuff right now, and I just don't need to release a song at this moment, and I'm just gonna wait to be able to play it with, like, it had so many vocal parts, and I was like, I'm gonna need to corral some people together in order to play it live. Like, I just wasn't, you know, in a rush to get it out in any way. And then, so it feels even older, basically. To me, it feels like even older than that.
Because there's definitely songs that I feel like if they were really popular, and there actually are some songs that, like, have gotten popular that we don't really like that much, that we just are like, we're not going to keep playing it. Like, I think that if we really didn't like it, we just, like, wouldn't play it. Like, and that would be what it is. But, like, I'm happy that one's popular, because I feel like it's really fun to play still. Sorry, I cut you off.
There's still some, you know, still some love with it, and that you haven't grown tired of it. Now, like, it's kind of funny. I was listening to Persephone, like, as well, and, like, it feels like that is more kind of Lucius vibe, like, you know, very much harmonies and you know, different things. Like, as you guys have progressed and, you know, gone in and done, you know, the second album and gone into these different places, like, how much have you guys changed? I mean, you know, as humans, but also just, you know, in writing. Like, what's been the biggest change for you guys?
We've changed a lot. That's interesting you bring up Persephone. I think that that's an example of us really wanting to let each song kind of unfold to us, and we're really not ever writing in a way where we're thinking about what the genre has to be or what the what the world has to be of the song. Like we just it really feels like the songs just kind of are like delivered to you, and it's your job to kind of help it live as it's supposed to, and like try to make it something that everyone can hear. But it feels like almost like a duty to the song to try to get it to sound the way that it should,
and like stay out of its way.
Yeah, like just to let it be what it needs to be. And so with Persephone, like that is totally a world shift from record player song, but in our heads it's a similar process of thinking like, this song is coming out and it needs to sound like this. It needs to sound like, you know, Creepy Lagoon music, but it has this kind of like folky storytelling side to it as well. So yeah, I think from then and now, like in every song we've ever worked on together, I feel like we are really excited about letting the world of the songs be different, even across, like within a record. Like we would love to just let this song feel like really shiny and like metal and remind us of cities, remind us of like dirt, whatever. And then this other song is gonna be, you know, something that feels like you're on a boat and you're lost somewhere, and it's okay that they don't have the same feeling yet, because during the production process and in putting the record together, like we always weave things through the record and find ways of like connecting everything. And it also feels like it's always connected because our voices are always there, and we usually sing in harmony together in a way that feels like that's the thread through everything. But yeah, I think we've definitely grown a lot and changed a lot. We're also similar in a lot of ways. We're also like, I think many times we've been in a position of almost trying to like get back to ourselves and to remember like what it was like when we were really just free and childlike about it. So it's always like evolving and coming back to yourself in different ways, I think.
Mina, what about you? You know, do you feel like you know, in your process pretty similar, you know, feeling as Kelley there?
Yeah, definitely. I think that we've always been like Kelley, like we've always been like melody and lyrics first, and then kind of like building around the song. I mean, and that's not always how we write. Sometimes we'll write with like starting with some chords or a track in mind or a vibe. And I definitely think that like over the years, like our taste in music has evolved and changed, and like the like influences we draw from like continues to grow. But I still think we always kind of twist it and make it our own. Like we'll be like, oh, I love this snare sound that like the Velvet Underground uses, and I love this like guitar vibe of Bowie. Like we'll just like be like kind of in different spots of what we're like listening to and stuff, and like sonic influences definitely like have changed, but I still think like the core of like what we grew up with and like what we kind of started making music like inspired by like shows up in what we do no matter what. But I think that it's always been like we've always been like kind of starting from a storytelling perspective, and then like I think we've just gotten like better and better at telling stories. And like Kelley said, like I think that we try to remember how it feels to like just want to make a song and like not want to be famous. like just want to make a song, and just like because it's like crazy that you can write a song and like just be available for the songs to be delivered to through the like song spirits.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. Well, you guys have, kind of a unique project you just put out. It's a re-release with friends of your album from last year. And so, I think like the Rubber Teeth Talk from 2025, the Rubber Teeth Talk to 2026, you guys add in, some folks. I guess like what inspired that? What made you guys feel like, hey, like let's breathe another, new life into this with some of our friends, just so, because we love these songs, we want to, put it back out again.
Yeah, the inspiration was that we love making lots of versions of songs. I think that we've always been like performers first. Like I think that when we started making music, like we were literally like, how could we possibly, like we thought when we recorded something that it had to be performed that way. So we were like, we need like 6 singers, like all this stuff. Like, and I think that like the recording of a song is not the song, it's like a version of the song, and I think the song is something that lives and moves through like many recordings, many performances, and in many voices, like, and I think that that's the point of songs is to like be passed through life through different like bodies and channels, and yeah, like the recording is just like what the song ends up coming, like how it ends up coming out the day that you're recording it,
Yeah.
So I think that we definitely like use this as like an exercise in like practicing that and like letting go of the music and letting it like live in like someone else's brain for a little bit, because I think that we wanted to push that idea like to the farthest point, so we picked a lot of artists that like we thought could like take a lot of creative liberty and like twist the song in whatever way like felt meaningful to them, and then the song would like reveal itself to us and everyone even further than it already is.
Love that. And you have specific people you guys have picked. So how does one get in the lottery to get get on the album? I mean, like, how many people did you turn away?
So we asked people, we made like a puzzle piece, and then we asked people individually, privately. So there was never really, you couldn't submit if you want. That would have been cool, honestly. But there were no submissions. It was literally just like our dreams, and then we would ask people if they were free and available, and we're extremely lucky that it all worked out so beautifully. It was like there was really never a hiccup. Like it was very seamless, and the song process of figuring out like who will do which song was also so seamless. It really just felt like everything is happening in front of us, and we're like already kind of like not touching it too much. Like it was just unfolding in a really lovely way. And yeah, we had dream artists and friends and people whose work we totally adore, and we really hoped they wanted to be a part of it, and we're really grateful that they did want to be a part of it. And yeah, it was just a really surreal experience, especially like I think about Greta from Frankie Cosmos, who has the first song on the record. She redid Dog, and like when Mina and I started the band, I was listening to Frankie Cosmos so much, and I loved it, and I felt like it was really an influence on me and like my excitement about being a part of the New York scene. And so now to be like in a situation where Greta's redoing Dog and we're like working in the studio together just felt really sweet, and it made me feel really grateful for the experience that we've all had. But yeah, it's crazy to work with such amazing artists.
Mina, did you have somebody who you were listening to prior that ended up getting on this record that you were amped to work with?
Yeah, I mean Frankie Cosmos and like Alexis. I listened to so much Sleigh Bells in high school, and like still listen to Sleigh Bells now. I feel like they're like, I feel like they were like I just love the sounds that they use and how like big and trashy they can make pop music sound. And trashy, I mean like trash can sounds, not like garbage. But um, but I really like the distortion and fuzz and like still like really like candy melodies they use, but like keeping it pretty like lo-fi. That's like my favorite type of music to listen to. Also like Harmony from Girlpool, like we both were definitely listening to Girlpool a lot like when we started the band. Yeah, those two I was definitely listening to.
I love it. Well, how was the process? Hey, we're gonna send you the track, and or you're gonna send you the whole album. You pick which track you want, or like you were like, hey, you've been assigned X. Listen to it, put your spin on it, go from there.
Yeah, we definitely weren't like, hey, you have to do this, but we would like, we kind of started like. We just kind of worked a little bit one at a time, which did make it a little bit of like a tedious process, but we wanted to like make sure that like every song was like getting its like proper place a bit. So we would like reach out to like 3 people and be like, hey, like we're doing this. We're thinking you would be great for this song, but if any other song is like really like poking out to you, like we could try to make it work. And usually the people that we would send the song, they would be like, that's my favorite. So it ended up being pretty good. And then, yeah, if like we'd reach out to someone and they'd be like, hey, like I'd really like love to, but I don't have time or whatever, then we would be like, okay, like this song, like we need to find a new person for this song. And so we were kind of just moving like pretty slowly and carefully through like, I guess, assignments. But we were trying to keep it in a way where like people could be like, if they were like, I really don't connect to this. No one said that, but we definitely left it open-ended where like if someone was like, hey, well, I don't want to do this song, then we could be like, okay, let's see if somebody else, like we tried to move slowly in a way that it would make sense. But it ended up like kind of perfectly clicking into place. I think because we were working pretty like slowly and meticulously, and we had a like good idea of people's styles in mind too that like we wanted. So we'd be like, hey, like I think a version that you would make of this that sounds kind of like this would be cool. And like usually people would be aligned with our vision on it.
Love it. Love it. Well, now that it's going to be out, and you guys are, you have it out, like for you guys touring and playing it live, like is it like a, hey, stars align in Atlanta and we're playing Rabel and we're playing the same night, like is it, hey, like come out, or hey, we're in your city, like you might want to come out.
We'll
and
have to see.
Special guest.
I feel like we could do that like from now until the end of time. Like anytime we're in the same city as someone, we can try to pull it off. It would be awesome to pull off.
I mean, most of the artists are in New York, so we could also throw like a big festival where we do the whole thing. But I guess that would take a lot of like different practices and stuff. But yeah, I think, we've definitely the songs, we like to perform the songs however they're like ready to be performed that day. So like even when we're performing like the songs now, we're not necessarily performing them exactly how they are on the original record. And I think that like, these versions of the songs are definitely like driven by the other artists. So I think there's definitely like influences from how they worked on the songs to how we like perform them now. But I don't think like it could be like exactly the same like without the artists like being there or like their band being there.
It's kind of like the same thing you were talking about earlier of like, the song will, in that, the record is just that song in that moment by that artist, right? Like, and now like, when you go play it live again, if you guys play it together, it's going to be another version. And so, so on and so forth.
Totally.
I love it. Well, what's on tap? What's in the future here as we round into the fall? Like, Daisy the Great. What do we got? What do we got coming up?
Yeah.
What are the things we're excited about?
We've been on the road a ton. We put our first version of this record out last year, and then we went on a tour for the record, and then we went on a tour supporting another artist, and then we went to China and played some shows in China, and then just came back. So we've really been pounding the pavement, playing the shows. It's been super fun, and now we are back in New York, and we are really excited to start thinking about like what the next music wants to be.
Yeah.
We're also playing some shows. We have a show in New York August 21st.
Next week.
Yeah, I guess it's next week. But yeah, we have an eye towards the future. We're gonna see what the music is sounding like. We also have been really interested in playing with like experimental vocals and just kind of having like a playtime with what we can do now that we have a little home time. And we're excited to start writing and see what comes out.
Love it. Gonna get some, gonna get some bagels, and go to the bodega, get a drink,
Of course.
start freaking figuring it out. Like a classic out of town. Are you guys gonna go to Times Square to the Outback Steakhouse and start thinking about?
Yeah, that's our office.
That's
I
what
would go to Times Square. I love Times Square.
Everybody I know in New York hates when I come, and I'm like, dude, we going? What's up? We going to
You
Times
gotta
Square?
do what you gotta do. Yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta.
Well, great. Well, it sounds like we've got some, kind of some time to, get the next big thing rolling. So excited that,
Thank you.
We've got that. But the next big thing in this podcast is going to be the Pete Peterson party pack of questions. It's going to be 20 questions right in a row. And I think for organizational sake, we'll do Kelley Mina. Kelley Mina. Come on, I made it all the way through.
You got so
All
close.
good. It spelled like Mina. It's okay.
Unbelievable. I make it all the way through, and I can't finish the drill. All right. Okay, it'll go quick. It'll be Pete Peterson's party pack questions. Kelley, here we go. Cake or pie?
But I don't want to pick that.
Girl, you have to be
I don't
fast.
know. I'm trying.
Not a sugar person. All right.
I am, but I feel like depending on which of which.
Right, but there's better pies than cakes, I think, overall.
I think so too.
She picks pie.
She picks pie. Mina, what about you? Are you pie as well?
Pie.
Find it up. All right. Salad or soup?
Salad.
Soup.
Ooh, all right. Sunrise or sunset? What are y'all seeing more of?
I just got a puppy, so now I'm seeing both. And usually I only saw sunset. So now I'm seeing sunrise. I'll pick sunrise for my little baby.
I'll say sunset.
Okay. Would you rather hit a home run or score a touchdown?
Home run.
Touchdown.
Touchdown. Peter. All right. Night in or night out? What do y'all having more of?
Night in.
Recently, night out.
Okay.
Because it's summer, but night in the winter.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. When your jam comes on your night out, are you more likely to hit the robot or the worm?
Robot.
Yeah, robot.
Yes.
I'm getting on the floor. There's no way.
Yeah.
On the night out, the floor is disgusting.
It's a good call.
Belly
Good
on
call.
the floor.
All right.
Belly on the floor of a bar.
Vertical worm. I would do vertical worm. Yeah, vertical worm.
Vertical worm. All right.
Yeah.
There we go. We'll get the.
Worm.
There we go. The compromise. All right. Guac or queso? Your favorite Tex-Mex spot?
Guac. My
Queso.
favorite place. Yeah.
Got it.
Not
So
my
we're-
favorite place. Yeah.
Do we have to say our favorite place?
Oh no. Just whichever one you go to.
At your favorite. Oh yeah.
I
Guac.
actually, I have a side note. I have a theory that New York is a tougher Mexican Tex-Mex scene than any other place.
I think
not as
more
big
like
as-
you
Straight up
have to
Mexican
find the places. It's often like.
Well, I
Yeah,
think the Mexican food is good. It's just the Tex-Mex that is rarer. There's a
Yeah.
good place with queso. There's a bar with queso that I like. But I like queso more. I don't really like guac that much, to be honest. But I think I might be a little allergic.
Oh, okay. All right. Waffles or pancakes at the diner?
Pancakes.
Pancakes.
Pancakes. All right. Coffee or tea with the pancakes?
Coffee.
Honestly, coffee, but I don't drink coffee anymore. But I would pick it.
Okay.
Decaf coffee.
Kelly, I know the answer to this one because I can hear them. Dogs or cats?
Doggy.
Cat.
Yeah, all right.
But I would have a dog too. But I have
Ninja or a
cats, so I have
pirate?
to-
What do you identify more with?
Pirate.
Wait, which one was it?
Ninja or a pirate?
Pirate.
Pirate. Okay. Chips or pretzels?
Pretzels.
Chips.
Chips. All right. Fries or tots?
Fries, I think.
Fries, for sure.
All right. After a long day, TV show or a movie to relax?
That really
TV
depends.
show recently. Yeah, TV show recently.
Okay.
Recently TV show, but usually movie.
Okay.
I think it depends on if you're watching a good show or not. Because I think watching a show that like you're not that into is really annoying. But if there's a show, I'm gonna say movie,
Maybe. Okay. All
unless I'm really into a show.
right. If you were a fruit, what kind of fruit would you be?
Pineapple.
It's crazy. Raspberry.
Raspberry. All right.
Maybe I'll be a cherry. Wait, I want to be cherry.
All right.
And
I
it's
can't
more
believe
true.
you said pineapple. That's so
Pineapple's
weird.
a wild. Well, it's the wildest choice I've
Guys,
heard so
I didn't.
far.
I said cherry.
Is it because you're
Cherries.
blonde and a pineapple's
It's
yellow?
cherry. I think so. Yeah.
You're like, what do I look like? And I look like
I look like a pineapple. Yeah. But
A
my
date.
spirit is cherry.
Your
Or
spirit is
strawberry. I guess I could be strawberry, but I would prefer to be cherry.
good. Okay.
raspberry.
Raspberry for sure. All right. Is love at first sight real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm unanimous. I like that. All right. And each of you guys can give me one band that we ought to check out that we might not know.
Panther Hollow.
Panther
I was
Hollow.
gonna say that.
Oh, nice.
Cat Lau.
Cat Lau. All right. We got some good picks there. Well, I appreciate you guys indulging me on the Pete Peterson party pack of questions. I know it is an insane listing of questions that really don't make any sense at
Love
all.
it.
And truly bring the interview to a complete standstill by the end. So, anyway, Kelley, Mina, I appreciate you guys taking the time to come on. Looking forward to seeing what you guys have in store for the future for the fans of Daisy the Great, and look forward
Thank
to
you.
hopefully seeing the fruit of your labor as you guys go into the studio mode and begin to think about the next phase. So we'll be on the
Appreciate
road
that.
for that. And when you come down to Atlanta, we'll happily buy you guys a beer
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Thank you
or
so
whatever
much.
you need. All right. Appreciate y'all.
Well, thank you, Grant.
Of course.